Okay, good day. Let's proceed with our third and final example for well, not really the final, but the third example for improper integral for integrate with the integration, infinite integration limits. So here we have here we have to find the integral of 1 minus x times e to the negative x dx with a lower limit of 1 and upper limit of positive infinity. As you can see, no, these are there are two functions here, not a 1 minus x and e to the negative x. It suggests that we'll be using an integration by parts probably on this specific problem. So let's say our u is equal to 1 minus x and our du is negative dx. And our dv will be e to the negative x dx. Therefore, our v is negative e to the negative x. So let's rewrite first this into limit form that is equal to the limit of the integral of 1 minus x times e to the negative x dx from 1 to b as b approaches positive infinity. So this is just equal to uv minus integral of v du. So ito na isulat dito that becomes the limit of uv that is 1 minus x times negative e to the negative x minus integral of v du that is a negative e to the negative x and then our du is a negative dx as b approaches positive infinity. So that is just equal to the limit of 1 minus x. If we distribute the negative e to the negative x, that becomes negative e to the negative x plus x times e to the negative x to be evaluated from 1 to b minus the other side we have the e to the negative x dx from 1 to b as b approaches positive infinity. So on this side here, that is just equal to the negative integral of negative e to the negative x dx, that is just equal to e to the negative x. So that is just the integral is just equal to negative e to the negative x plus x times e to the negative x. How about this one on this side? We have plus e to the negative x and to be evaluated from 1 to b as b approaches positive infinity. As you can see, we have a positive e to the negative x and a negative e to the negative x, so that cancels out. Then ang mabilin sa ato ang function here is just the x times e to the negative x and to be evaluated from 1 to b as b approaches positive infinity. That is equal to the limit of, so we have here b e to the negative b minus 1 times e to the negative 1 as b approaches positive infinity. So basically rin ako ano, first ginatubak one is that the integral atong i-integrate first. So the integral of e to the x over 1 plus e to the 2x, that is just equal to the limit of arctangent e to the x to be evaluated from a to 0 as a approaches negative infinity. Plus, on the other side, on the right side, we have the arctangent of e to the x evaluated from 0 to b as b approaches positive infinity. So, ito lang na i-rewrite. We have arctangent e to the upper limit at is 0, e to the 0 minus arctangent e to the a. And on the right side, we have the limit of arctangent e to the b minus arctangent e to the 0. So obviously, no, uh, don't forget the limits. Here we have the b as b approaches positive infinity. On this side, we have the limit as a approaches negative infinity. So arctangent 0, that is just equal to pi over 4 minus as a approaches negative infinity. So may mahitabo. The function here is approaching 0 plus arctangent e to the b. So what will happen here as b approaches positive infinity? So that approaches 5 over 2 minus, we have here arctangent as e to the 0, arctangent of 0, that is just equal to pi over 4. So we have a pi over 4 and a negative pi over 4. Therefore, our final answer for this one is pi over 2. Since we have a particular answer, pi over 2, or a particular solution, then this integral, improper integral, converges. So this is the graph of this improper integral na e to the x over 1 plus e to the 2x. So it is important, to check, uh, to first determine what type of improper integral is this one. And then, unsa ibuhaton ninyo is that you apply the limits, you find the integral, you integrate the integral niya side, and then i-apply ninyo ang katong na upper and lower limits na tong approaching positive or negative infinity. So again, unsa ibuhaton na to ani if a number, let's say b approaches positive infinity or a approaches negative infinity, you just substitute any value of b or a there. Positive values for b and negative values for a. And observe what happens to the function as you substitute values. So pinakadali nila to abuhaton diri is you substitute large values. Okay, so that's for the first type of the improper integral. For our integral having either the upper or the lower limit that approaches the infinity, or both the upper and lower limit that approaches a positive or a negative